Hello, welcome back to Nimi's Garden. Sorry, I was reading up the title. Welcome back to Nimi's Garden. We are in World 6 once again. We're gonna continue on with the second half of the world. So yes, I believe we're gonna start off with a clue reveal level. So let's see how it goes, I guess. Le Chateau. Alright, so we have Idol. Yes. Okay, so wind is tele. Means it teleports us between the two winds. Water is still in defeat. So I can't just teleport water out because water is still, it cannot be teleported. Wind is wind. We have Nimi Zoo. I can make idle something. I can restart by having Nimi as float. That does let me pass through. Oops, and of course, wind is push. Should let me push wind through. So this can act as a teleporting thing. So I can technically teleport through now and be fine, but flag's not win yet. So I need to actually get the is through as well. Okay, well I can teleport the is through by doing this. Doesn't look right. Because now how do I get through? Wind is no longer telly. I have to use the idle somehow. Something about idle wind is telly or something like that, I think. Yeah, I think I get it. Okay, I got it. So we want the teleportation to happen only after a certain amount of time. Only after I've crossed the river while I'm floating. So I want to have Nimi is float here, and then I want the wind to teleport idly. So it doesn't teleport yet, but it teleports after I idle. Which will not occur until now. There you go. Cool. Flag is win. So that is the basic solution. Still have to get the solution up there, which is really interesting because, well, firstly, I have to get an is in there, and secondly, I have to split the text apart. So I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I can push wind through, but not up there at all. Also, yeah, I need to float. I completely missed it. I missed that fact. I do need to be float. I can push wind through, but I can't go any higher than this. And actually, how would I get wind? Should I be getting wind up here? Is that the point? I don't. Also, another thing that I'm interested in is why there's an empty space here. No idea. There's an idol. I don't know if I should ever make idol Nimi's you as a thing. I don't think that's ever going to be a thing that I want to do. Yeah, I know. Well, what I can do about this is that I can try and convert tele to float. Like, I think like this. How do I want to do this? Oh no, is it tele and push that I want instead? I might have wanted to have the push be on the other side. So the reason why I want to do that is I want to set it up so that wind stops from being tele to being push. So idle wind is tele, and then I want the push to be on the other side because I want the wind to swap from being tele to push. So idle wind is tele right now. And that's gonna what? No. No, I want to teleport in there as well, actually. Huh. Yeah, I want to teleport in there. and then I want to push. Okay, hold on. I need to figure this out a little bit better here. So I want to sort of like swap out push for telly, I guess. No, I want to do it the other way around. I'll swap out telly for push. Like that. Ah, but I don't get tallied over. If I got tallied over, I would end up like here. What if instead I did it the other way around, where I put the idol on top? So I teleport the idol away. So I teleport the idol away. What does this do for me? I want idol when it's push. But there's no tallying. How is this gonna change? Yeah, this isn't gonna change anything. Okay, never mind, I guess. I don't remember if I found the solution to this puzzle earlier before. I clearly have to get the wind in and also push it up. Is this like a wind is you thing? Can I actually do that? Oh, I can do that. Oh, wait. I can make wind is you. I have to tally the Nimi text out. Like this and swap it. Let's push the wind into a better spot first. And by tallying wind with Nimi, we swap the text swap places. And now wind is you. So that's cool. I can probably do stuff like yeah, because I can be float, one of me can go in and the other one can stay outside and help mess around with the text out there. I guess in addition, this empty space now allows me to push stuff down and out if I ever want to. Yeah, like this? Yeah, like this. Okay, hold on. So what I would like to do is get all this out. Get one of myself in there. Get the Nimi is you to almost form. And then do something like this. This will create Nimi is you, but also basically free a bunch of text. I don't know about this. This is not very... I mean, I can keep tallying, I think. Can I? I might not be able to. I might not be able to. I guess, okay, you know, I can do this. And then have tally like this to get the is out. That's doable. I think that's actually useful. Because what I can do next is have the Nimi and Win swap places again. And I think that will actually get all the text out, really. Okay, so Nimi's you like this. Wind goes on top of the wind, and then there's a teleportation that happens. And this will swap places and allow... yeah, like that. And now I can get all the text out. Okay. So I don't know how useful this step is, but we get all the text out, and I think now every piece of text is free. Like that. What am I doing? There you go. So yeah, everything is basically free now. The question is, what should I do with that? I guess the is good. That's free. This is now is good. It's free. Well, I don't suppose it's actually that different from having an is against the wall. I don't know. I think I definitely still want to be controlling two characters at once. That's just a lot stronger. Okay, and then by setting one to be float, I can eventually maybe try... Well, firstly, Nimi can be wind, and at that point I can control a lot more characters at once, which I think is good. So Nimi is wind, lets me control 3 characters. Wind is still wind, so I still control... Well, I can only control these 3 characters. I think 3 is good enough. I want to do wind is tele while there is wind on top of one of the winds. Well, there's an is on top of one of the winds. So I would like to know how I can make that possible. I think I want to use like a bunch of text against the wall to like sort of stabilize myself. Actually, before that though, I want to separate the text up there, the clue and reveal. I want to separate them, which I think requires me to have 2 characters in here and then to separate them from each other. This should not be the challenging part of the level. Once I do this, there you go, the text is easily separated. And I can get back out. I can then, you know, do what I wanted to do before. So I have a tele here, I have a bunch of text that can act as buffer, and I think I will want that. What will basically happen is, because of the buffer, if I could just space these guys out far enough, it's good enough. Because there's so many pieces of text here, this wind will be stopped against the wall, like indirectly, and this will land right here on the wind, forming wind is tele, which causes teleportation. And you know, if I am lucky, which I was for the previous 3 attempts, the wind or the is will teleport over to this side. There you go. Boom. Clue is now reveal. I'm not sure if I can actually... yeah, okay. I'm just gonna leave it here. I was gonna, you know, try and make it so that this clue is a little bit more visible. But I think I'm gonna do a lot of rearrangement for that to happen. So no, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, there you go. This is the clue for World 6. I do not remember if I... Let's see. I kept screenshots. Yes, I did. Okay. So I'll keep a screenshot of this as well. Good. So you have to see me like do some funny stuff. Anyway. Let's continue. Returning to the map now. Oh, that is not the map. I clicked return to menu. Why did I do that? Anyway, we've gotten the clue. We're done with this level. Level 4, fast flowing waterworks. Alright, this one I remember actually being in World 8, and then they moved it forward to World 4, World 6. World Rescindment. Actually, this one's also in World 8. Are these all in World 8? Interesting. Okay, these all used to be in World 8. I shifted forward. Alright, so fast flowing waterworks. Arrow shifts Nimi, Nimi stops text. Text on water is auto. And all shifts not arrow. So nothing can shift arrow. Arrows are here though. Arrow shifts Nimi right now, so arrow acts as a shift object when Nimi is on it. Text on water is also auto, so text starts moving. Obviously this won't work. Yes, because there's nothing pushing it up here, it just keeps moving forward. Instead, what I probably want is for arrow to shift text. Let's see. Cog is push. I think this bottom thing over here is to allow me to just get this cog text out. So I need to push it. And I think the moment I move it somewhere and get this cog text out, I can no longer move it. So the placement of this cog is permanent, essentially. Okay. What does that mean? I need to find a good place for this. I'm assuming the cog is needed to get past this arrow, right? I can't use text stops Nimi, because even with that, text is still push, which does not override this statement, or which this statement does not override. So I'm going to need to use the cog to stop me. So text stops... No, cog stops Nimi. Which will have to be... Well, the cog will have to be here though, right? For it to stop me while I'm here. That's really far in. How am I going to make a sentence like that? So I need to be standing here at the very least. Or the statement is... I guess I can push text in. Yeah, I guess I can push text in. So we'll start by going... Cog stops. And then we'll do this. Now cog will stop Nimi, and by moving right, the shifting arrow does not shift me because the cog stops it instead. Okay. And I can now get all this text out. And I think that's all forced? I don't know. But yes. I can't push anything. I can shift stuff. Ooh, hold on. I can shift cog. So I can move cog around. Okay, very good. So cog is not permanent in placement. I thought it was. It was not. Okay. I can stop stuff. Cog can stop stuff. I want arrow to shift text. But I think this going in actually blocks me as well. Because I see this over here. It definitely seems like, yeah. This basically sets this to be in this position. And then immediately I can't enter, because once I do, the statement is broken. So I have to like go in first, which is interesting. I mean, okay, what if I did cog stops text? Well, I will need to shift cog over first, so let's do that. Nimi shifts cog. There you go. Cog will stop text, meaning if I pushed horizontally, like that, the cog stopping the text will be, will stop the text from moving, and breaking the statement will start the text moving again. Yeah. Okay, so I probably want to push the text in a bit later. I want... I think I want something like this. So let's try doing something like this. So cog stops text. Actually, I'll need to break the statement. So I need to do this and that. I guess I can do this and then try and go in. Oh wait, no, arrow needs to shift text as well. Okay. Well, that can probably happen easily. And the good thing about this setup is the arrow shifts text statement will be made immediately when I break. Oh, am I slow? Oh, I'm slow. Even this is not fast enough. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Oh. Oof. But this is about as fast as I can go, right? Yeah, and there's no point trying to push it back, because then it's still gonna outrun me. Yeah, I can't outrun it. Okay, so there must be a different solution then. Something about arrow also shifting Nimi. That's weird. The text on water as auto is forced. It's there. The arrow shifts text is also forced because it needs to be able to turn upwards at this position. And then cog stops text will be broken as a statement, so maybe I can use this for something else. Yeah, like Nimi stops something, right? So Nimi stops text. Ah. So I think by doing something like this, if Nimi stops text, then the text will never go past Nimi. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So the fast flowing waterworks just needed a clog. That clog was the cog until it became me. Okay. Level 5, roll rescindment. This was also in World 8. I think I mentioned that just now. This is also very similar to a level in Repos, which is another pack. I think I mentioned this before. Marlo made, before this, Marlo made a pack about all the editor exclusive words in Baba's base game. And one of the levels looked very similar to this. In fact, I assume this level is a result or an inspiration of that. Okay, so we have bending text as per usual. I think this is two-way bending. Yeah, so this reads horizontally and also bending in a bending manner. So now that I'm safe, I can walk through. You can see here that Nimi is melt and flag is hot right now. Flag is not safe. And if I did this to make flag win, my hotness will completely destroy the flag. So instead, I think what I want to do is... the flag is not safe, so I can't make flag safe. Maybe flag is you? I can walk down here as well, but text can't go through it. Because tile stops text. Yeah, I think I definitely want flag is you. I can push this text out, I'm pretty sure. And I can already start by just transferring the statement vertically. I think I want to do that. Yeah, okay. And with double Nimi, I can make this statement and then start having the is do stuff. So this happens. Okay, but I see the problem is that this doesn't work. Yeah, and the other way doesn't work either. I can't do this first because I already destroyed the flag like that. Huh. So I still... What? What is this? So I still need to be you and safe. Entering here. Maybe I... Oh, ooh. Maybe I... So like the final goal is flag, bending is, and then Nimi is you here, right? So that the U text can be pushed up. And at that point, I no longer need access to flag or whatever. I can just make flag is win, and flag is you will take place as well. In fact, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that like as soon as I get in here with everything I need. But the problem is how I'm going to have that be set up. So I need Nimi is you with the normal is here. Funky is over here. I can try to start by doing this. But this is not going to work. I don't know if... I don't think this works. Yeah, I have to enter with the Nimi is you like the regular one. Because I'm pretty sure once this statement goes in, there's just no way to move this is text up. But the question is, how do I maintain Nimi's safeness from here? If I did this, I think things break. Yeah. I can... Doing this is not going to work. Flag is not safe, so only I can be safe. It's a very weird shuffle, I remember the solution being. Very, very awkward shuffle. So what I think definitely has to happen is I have to do this and start mixing these texts around inside. And then only after that do I start doing other fancy stuff. So right now, if I just pushed in save, it's not going to work, clearly. I mean, having these texts in here, I don't know what that does either. It can make safety statements a lot better, I guess. What if I pushed in Nimi is safe instead of Nimi is you? What if I did this? That's interesting, right? Because I can move this text around and make Nimi is safe vertically inside. I think that does something. This is not good, I don't think. Maybe if I swapped like that? That is so weird, but I think that works. And then I might have to like do a weird shuffle, but I can make... can I? Ooh, maybe not. I'll just push you in first. That's probably slightly better. Yeah, I can do this. I think that's fine. So now Nimi is safe. Can exist vertically. I don't know if that's all I need. I'm pretty sure that's not all I need. What if I did this with the is text instead? Yeah, maybe I needed to do that. I need this is text to be this. Because I want Nimi is you horizontally to be just the regular is, right? Once that happens, can I actually make the is text? Can I actually put the is text there? Actually, I think the answer is yes. Okay. So I'm going to redo the entire shuffle, but with the bending is instead. And I think that's fine. Yeah. Just do a quick undo. Swap you out with the other one. Real quick. Okay. And then we basically do the exact same thing. This should not be any different because the text works almost functionally identically. Let's do this, this. Isn't this a much easier way of doing it? I think it is. Okay, and I want you to be like that, I think. Now what I can do is I can have this sentence go in. I should still have enough space to maneuver around. Hopefully. Hopefully? Ugh. Okay. I have to have this statement exist first. Can this statement already start like that? Actually, yes, because... Ooh, maybe? No. Yes? This is so scuffed. I don't know about this. Maybe the other way around. That's even worse, right? If I did this first, maybe this is better. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I think that's good enough. No. I need to set the statement win to exist first. Like that. Oh, that's it. Flag is win. Okay. Flag is you as well vertically. I guess that works because the is text can also read vertically. I kind of did not make that statement. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't make that. I didn't make that deduction that it could make the sentence vertically. I thought it had to be a bending sentence. So I suppose what that means is that the vertical statement could also have been done with the regular is. I was fine to begin with. But then I thought I wasn't and I went out to swap the is's, which I shouldn't have done. Because the regular is would have been fine. Anyway, there you go. Alright, one-way ticket. And then Kazi. Kazi, that one was a big problem. I don't know if that's gonna be any extra problem this series, but hopefully it's not going to be. Alright, Cloud is push. Nimi is you and weak, which is why I died when you saw me do that. I walked into the fence, which counts for death when you're weak. Text is float. I need to get the wind out, so I basically need to teleport. But of course that is not valid because I am weak. So when I teleport, I'll land on the other side and then my weakness will destroy me when I'm overlapping the cloud. Instead, I need to become float at the same time. You'll notice that the other problem with that is that while I'm float, I cannot teleport because I'm on a different level than the cloud. However, I think this abuses order of operations, which is the entire point. It's supposed to be teaching you about the order of operations. If you teleport at the same time as becoming float, the teleport takes priority over becoming float. So you teleport first, then you become float. Like that. And you won't die to weak. I think teleport is, for some reason, very high up on the priority list of actions, which is weird, but still. Right. Right, that doesn't win because I stopped being float. I gotta use some buffer text. There you go. Nimi's win. And of course text is float to help prevent the text from teleporting. Although I'm pretty sure they wouldn't actually have made a difference. Alright, mismatched. Nimi's you and weak, text is weak. Alright, a lot of weakness going on. We have stable back. If you don't remember, stable maintains all rules, even if they're broken. So for example, if fruit is float and then it becomes stable, it keeps that float statement even after the float statement is actually removed. It stays float because the stable keeps that rule. That is all you need to know about stable, essentially. Okay, rock is pushed. I think this is supposed to be the same idea. So I need to teleport and then become... No, I can't become float because Nimi's float doesn't exist. But we have float. So wait, so is a teleporting object becoming float? I can do rock is fruit, and that gives us 2 objects. I can also do it the other way around, I guess. But I don't think it really matters. Yeah, it shouldn't. If I teleported right now, I would die, of course. But if I converted that to being float, I don't think I can because text is weak, so it can't teleport either. Interesting. This looks very familiar. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. How do I do it? Yeah, no, I get it. It's the one fruit is float and one fruit isn't, and you use stable to sort of mess with that. So one fruit becomes float and the other fruit becomes not float. You can teleport on the non-floating fruit onto the floating fruit, and as a result, you go under the fruit as it floats above you, and then you don't die to weakness. But the setup is that I'm going to need one floating fruit and one non-floating fruit, and I will need stable to help me with that. So yeah, definitely gonna start with putting the rock over there, and the reason for that is because that is where the other teleportation is going to be. No. Like that will destroy the text, but I don't need to push anything anymore, I think. So I want rock to be float and fruit to not be float, so I can teleport here and then come out here safely. I can just walk over and win. And the way to do that is to start off with a floating rock and having it be stable. This rock, and I say this rock because it is this one rock in particular, will remain float as it stabilizes. However, this rock is not stable because as it is transformed into a rock, it does not gain the float property. The float property doesn't exist. So this one keeps the float property, this doesn't. Which means if I teleport over, I should be fine. I can teleport over you and then... because rock is not teleport. Rock is not teleport because it doesn't gain that property because it's stable. So what I need to do is I need to have it start with float and tele, and then break. I need to break float and keep tele, I think. So I'll have it be float and tele. I will break float. So now it's float and tele. But now I can't make fruit as rock. So okay, so the end tele has to be here to maintain stableness, so that is free. Okay, let's reset that. So rock needs to be float, rock needs to be tele and then stable, and that should be fine. So now rock is float and tele here. If I remove this guy, you will stay float and tele, but the resulting fruit becoming rock only gives us rock as tele, which is the only statement that's available right now. There you go. This rock floats, this rock doesn't. Cool. Extra, up is over, up and over. Ooh, this one's new, okay. Alright, so, pointing text, stable text, directional text, and of course verbs here because Nimi nicks the skull is defeat, so I cannot be nicks the skull. I see. Fairy. I can start by pushing fairy around, this is completely fine. And if I had fairy be push and shift upwards, then I can definitely get shifted past it, right? I think so. But of course, I think doing the other way around is failure. Yeah, this ferry shifts me upwards and then that doesn't work. Okay. Okay. Skull is stop and pass, which means I can point at the ferry, yeah? I can, okay. Ah, so I want this to be shift up, and then this to be shift down. What is this guy for? Yeah, what are these for? I can produce multiple Nimis. I have 3 of them. Why would I want 3 Nimis? I don't know. Why are they stuck right now? I guess it's to make things a little bit more convenient so that I don't get like accidental moves that I don't want to make. Yeah, okay. This is a stable thing. I need one fairy to be pointing up and one fairy to be pointing down. So I want fairy to be shift down and then this to be stable. Is Nimi pass? Nimi is not pass. I gotta be pretty careful about this. So fairy shift down and this is stable. Is a problem because now how do I get this text out? Ooh. So now this fairy shift down. The problem is that no, there is no problem if this fairy was gonna help me out. Right? Maybe. I don't think so. It's actually not likely that it helps me out. So fairy is shift down and then this is stable. I can make those statements at the same time. It's not impossible. And that will cause you to be shifting down, you shift down, allowing me to collect this text. But this fairy is now stuck. So how do I avoid that? I don't know. Well, it is not difficult because with 3 Nimis, I can actually do this and get the fairy out. Okay. And with that, I believe by having fairy shift upwards, I'm done. Oh, don't stack the Nimis. Don't also go in front of that arrow for no reason. Okay, this is actually getting kind of annoying. There you go. So now fairy is shifting up. This fairy shifts up. This fairy shifts down. And that will allow me to just walk through. I should be able to walk through with all of these Nimis at once. I can stack them at this point. The opening requires all 3 Nimis, but they open one by one. So we should be good here. There you go. That's cool. I really like how the level starts off trapping the other 2 Nimis. It makes it just a lot more convenient for me. Why would I forget the word convenient? Anyway, yeah, there you go. Of course, finally we have this level. Yeah. Kaze. This one took me a while. In fact, it was one of the first ever levels in this channel, I think, to take me a full episode to beat. It's one of the first. The only other puzzle that took me an episode to beat, like ever, was Broken River by in Bean and Nothingness. I remember quite clearly. Bean and Nothingness, the playthrough started before this puzzle, before this game, before Nimi's Garden. And then when I played Nimi's Garden, everything went well until this level. Took me a full episode, 40 minutes. And since then, everything has gone worse. So let's try and recreate the solution really quick, shall we? So let's try and understand the rules first. Water is push and open. Once I get in there, I can push and open. Fire is shut and still. Water is flag, which is wind. So I need to push the water into the fire, which will cause it to become flag and allow me to win. However, I am open, which means that this doesn't work because I am opening the shut fire. Door is shift upwards, so once I enter there, I can't come back. I can shift. And once wind is shift, it is shift forever. Nothing can change that. But I can start by making wind. I can also do this. So I can make fire as like broken to begin with and then break it. I think that is one of the things that I can do. And I think I want to do that because I want to put stuff in here. So I need fire to be broken so I can enter this area partially. And then once I'm done, I can get this text out. So that is the purpose of this area over here. I think you can sort of get the idea right now. I want the wind to shift me in while I'm broken. Because if I'm broken, I won't be open. And so I won't open the shot fire. So I'm gonna start by making wind. I need a very long line to shift me in, obviously. So we're gonna do something like this. This is our long. Right, and at the same time, fire needs to be broken. So I can walk in there. Needs to be a very long conveyor belt. Wanna, as much as possible, not interfere with the top half section as well. This should be good enough. I can break the wind. I can make is broken done. So eventually, you know, when wind is shift and I'm broken, yeah. I need to, oh, interesting. I need to be broken while standing here. Okay, so instead, maybe I want to have the arrow, not the arrow, I want to have a conveyor start at this position. So I want a conveyor that points this way. And the goal of that is when I make is broken vertically, I immediately get shifted by the wind. So that's why I want to do that. And then I can probably just make this happen. And this should give me the conveyor that I need to send me in. Okay, so a quick demo right now. Ooh, actually there might be another problem here. Yeah, which is that I also need to get the text in, and text will be shifted as well. I think that's where the second part of the puzzle comes in. I do remember the solution very well because I spent so long on this. The second part of the puzzle involves making a conveyor that breaks the statement, because of course once I'm in, I don't want to be broken anymore. I want to be able to move. So I need to make a statement that can break the broken text. So after Nimi is broken, I need another conveyor that sends in, you know, the text. And this arrow, this wind here is very convenient. It will be the final step. The is broken can be broken by another random piece of text that comes in. I will need to have a starting point though. So I'm going to have a very long conveyor, and up here, like this and like that. I want to have another up here, a bunch of ins here, and I will do it like so, I guess. So this will go in, go up, and then go in like that. I think that should be good. This is even more convoluted than my actual solution, but the idea is the same. So once wind is shift, I can set the broken to go in like that. And then before that happens, I need to make sure that make also goes in. So I need to do, I think, this, up, this, and then go in. I will be broken now. I'll be shifted past the fire, which is fine, it does not do anything. This make text breaks this statement, and I'm not fine. That should be it. There you go. And yeah, unfortunately, this level, the goal of this level is really hard to see. And like, what makes it worse is that there are two steps to it. The first step is the conveyor in here, and the second step is the large conveyor that makes broken statements and then breaks broken statement. Wow, I'm really speaking in like broken English today. Haha. Anyway, what am I saying? Right, the fact that the goal is fairly unclear and that there are multiple steps in the process is what makes this level really challenging, in my opinion. Because I think I went on a false path really early on when I first solved this level, and yeah, that's what took me so long. The structure of this site was also very unpolished before, um, but the good thing is it's fixed now. So like the purpose of this thing over here is very clear. It used to be a lot less clear because the fences were in like really random positions. It did its job, but it was a very unclear setup. Whereas this one is really clear what you need to do. Because you have exactly one space to push this statement down. That gets you thinking as to why that one space is, why it exists. Anyway, other thoughts about this level. I think it's really cool that in both steps you use the exact same mechanic, almost. And yeah, with such few text available, I think that just makes this level just really clean, despite having such a massively convoluted solution. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I think that's a great way to end off this episode with a final big level. Although I solved it really quick. I've solved it before, so if you want to see my full solve process, it's in the old series. The levels idea is exactly the same, even though the layout has changed a bit. Anyway, with that done, we can now go back to the overworld and start with the next island. The next world, which is World 7, Autumnal Thicket. Yep, we'll go into this world next episode and we'll see what we can do there. And I guess, yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.